Hello, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Mustn't forget the gentlemen. Rushing around as usual, but at least I'm here, and it's a lovely sunny day today. Oh, a couple of people are there. Who's going? Oh, it's Karen. Hello, Karen. You're the first. I was just about to say, I wonder who'll be first. I've had a good day, although you're sure I've been busy. I have indeed. Take care. Thank you, Karen. Yes, busy. Hi, Penny. Lovely to talk to you today. In fact, you're the only person that's rang today. Hello, Diane. Lovely to see you all here. I've got something a little bit different today. Hello, Linda. Yes, on this Hot Friday, she says hello to everyone, as does Mary. Good afternoon, Mary. And Sally. Hello, Sally. Sally says hi to all. Quite a few people coming on today. Yes, I haven't let you know what it's going to be today. I did decide yesterday. Hi, Lindsay. Hope you're well. Hello, Vera. Vera says hi to everyone. And Eliza Jane says, afternoon, Trisha and everyone. Hello, Denise. Hello, Joan. Lovely to see you, Joan. Yes, I've cutting, packing and more cutting. But the weekend I shall have all of it done. Hi, Marion. Lovely day today. It is a bit warm for me, but it is nice to be like this. Afternoon, Jan. Hello, Shirley. Shirley says hi to all, and hello, Karen, from a hot and sunny Surrey. Yes, it is hot and sunny here. The butler's just brought me my water. He doesn't like me to say that. Howdy, gang, says Brenda. Hello there. Looking forward to today. Good. I'm sorry I couldn't do yesterday, but I just had so much to do, and I was in one of those. My mind was, how on earth am I going to get it all done? So I really did get cracking then and get a lot done in that couple of hours. Hello, Jill. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Sue. Hello, Sharon. Nice to see you yesterday. Hello, Gwen. Gwen says hi to everyone. I've got that thing, bring them on camera again. Lots of other people keep having two people on the page, and I just wonder, but I daren't. Lindsay says hi to everyone. You've got the internet now. Oh, so you're watching in comfort. I hope you're getting on your way to being sorted. I know moving house, it takes me years to get sorted. My sister, when she moves, because she moves frequently. Hello, Sadie. She hopes everyone's well. And Kim, hello, Kim. She's got everything done by the weekend. It's just a joke. Immaculate house. We all understand when you had a show. Oh, thank you, Jill. That's why I always feel bad not doing it, but I know you do understand. But I miss seeing you all, basically. Hello, Mavis. Oh, thank you. I couldn't do 2 days of not being on unless something major. Oh, Sue's just got back from the beach. Oh, how lovely. Friend visiting from Dorset. Oh, how nice. Hello, Pamela. Thank you for passport. Do you over for the wider webbing? Oh, it's minimal, but we'll sort that. Hello, Joanna. Nice to see you. Now I'll apologise. I've still got half a dozen people that I haven't, where I've got kits to cut, where I haven't done, but I will do it this weekend and I will get them out on Monday. It's hot and sunny in Exeter, says Eliza Jane, and I understand the M5 looks like a caravan boat show. Oh, glad you can't go out to the end of August, is that? Of the month, yeah. Oh, end of July. Oh, Lindsay, thank you. Oh, that would be lovely. I'm going to have to sort something out with a few admin people. I have my eye. Hello, Mary. All on our way. What did that say? Oh, you're on your way to Port. Of course you are. You're going to France, aren't you? Enjoy. Hello, Sally. Sally says hi to everyone. Oh, Joanna, thank you. I know the majority of you say that there's no rush, but, just like you are desperate to pay me because you don't like it. I know so many people say, oh, I don't want to owe you money. Oh, I need to pay. I don't mind if, you're not immediately doing all of the bits, to get, but if you want your fabric quickly, I'd like you to have it as quickly as I can. but I know you're all very understanding. Hello, Barbara. Enjoy your weekend. Yeah, my weekend is going to be cutting and packing, but I have broken the back of it, as they say. Hello, Gidget Marie. Great to see all of you on this hot sunny day in Missouri. Oh, how lovely. I think it's morning, isn't it? I'll try and remember. Hello, Josie. Lovely to see you too. Oh, right. Hello, Iris. Looking forward to watching again. Hubby makes meals, but I've asked him to wait until you finish. Oh, these husbands and partners are going to say, oh, that woman, that lockdown woman, what is she doing? Making you change your schedules and making people wait. Hello, Mary. Hello, Sheila. Oh, you've been busy this week with workmen coming and going. Oh, it's something nice you're having done. Oh, yes, it's 10:30 there. Gosh, it's 4:30 here, so 6 hours behind. How hot is it? Yes, how hot is it, Gidget, in Missouri? I mean, it's hot enough here now, and it's probably 26, something like that. I don't think it's 28. It's the only one I know where you convert to Fahrenheit to centigrade or vice versa. 28 is 82, and 82 is hot for me. I know probably you'd say it's got to be in the 90s to be hot, but that's just hot enough. But there is a nice breeze coming through, so I'm more than happy with that. Hello, Christine. Christine says hi to everyone. And Leslie. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Katie, my lovely. Oh, school holidays for you, Katie, isn't it? I wonder what you'll be doing. Perhaps a little bit of sewing? Or any of your other... Oh, you like a bit of crochet, cross-stitch? Yes. Oh, it's getting grey and muggy. It's getting a bit muggy here. Oh, Sally's got sound at last. I wonder why. Now, I keep thinking about, I must get a microphone, I must do that. But seriously, it's finding the time to have a little bit or to research and see what I want, because I don't know what I need. A microphone, and there's microphones. But, you know, some people have those little headpieces on and I don't. It's to be in the mid-90s with high, what did that say? High heat index. I have, oh, you have Fahrenheit. Oh, I understand Fahrenheit. Hello, Anne. Oh, good afternoon to you. And Val. Hello, Val. Sorry, missed that. That's scrolled by quickly. Lucky you, it's cloudy and breezy here. Oh, but it's really sunny in Birmingham, or Brum, as Lindsay says. Well, it is Brum, isn't it? Yeah, lovely place to be. Oh, there's Babs watching now. She's down in Devon. Wonder what it's like down there. I bet it's nice. And if you're near the sea, I do need a holiday to sort tech. I do. I need, yeah. I need, yes. But a holiday, it would be a bit of a busman's holiday, wouldn't it? Oh, you're on number 65 masks, Katie. Oh my goodness. I've got one to make now. I think I'll get away with that. And I've got to embroider LFC, Liverpool Football Club, he wants on it. So I think I could be able to get one done, I would think. But no, I've got to sort the website as well. But the person who's doing it, afternoon Julie, she says afternoon to everyone. The person who's doing it needs lots of information from me, so I've got to sort that and photographs, and I suppose I've got to take decent photographs really as well. Oh dear, lots to do. Hello Sandy. Oh, I was a bit late as well. Only a couple of minutes, but it was late enough to be late. Oh, it's sunny in Devon, Babs. I thought it might be, but you just never know. Oh, there's just a lovely cool breeze coming through here. Really nice. Hello Patricia. She says hi to everyone. Oh, and thank you for the PDFs. No problem at all. I think there's probably hundreds or perhaps thousands people wearing the mask from the PDF, which is lovely, lovely. Oh, and so Missouri, they're in heat advisory for the next few days. I suppose that's a little bit like our amber alerts and that sort of thing. Be careful, I would say. And can you have one? Of course you can have one, my lovely. You would like a PDF of the mask, the face mask. If you would, I don't know if I've got your email address, but if you just, oh yes, I think you did email me. I'll have a look, but otherwise if you just send an email and then I can reply to it and attach the mask for you. Hello Kathy, good morning everyone. Now Kathy's in the States as well. Where are you, Kathy? I can't remember. Oh, Christine says hello, gorgeous here in Chesterfield. Lovely. I'm glad it's nice. We've had a bit of a miserable week running up to this, but so now the sun's come out. It's good. Good afternoon, Jeanette. Just had your hair cut. 3.5 inches off. You feel like a new woman. Wow. Ah, hello, Margaret. Nice to see you today. Lovely, lovely. Yes, so what I was thinking, oh, Canada. Lovely, Kathy's in Canada. I couldn't remember that. Wow, that's a long way away. I think it's warm there too. So yes, when I was thinking about what I was going to do, hello Claire, lovely to see you. What did I see? I don't know, I saw something somewhere and I thought, oh, I need to have a look for that. It looks very like one of the bags that I've already done. It was in Chinese, and then they do centimetres, so I thought, oh, make your own, Trisha. So I've made my own one up, and I thought it's just a prototype, so I might do some little, oh the LFC, oh I see, Liverpool Football Club embroidery. I'll see if I can do two at the same time. Oh no, I haven't, Sheila. Have I had time to look at your message on Messenger? I haven't looked at much today. I did have a phone call actually. I did have a second phone call and it was an 0345 number, and I thought, oh, as I answered it, I said to Martin, oh, this will be a load of rubbish, and he said, oh, this is Lloyd's Bank, I'm your business manager. I thought, I'm glad I wasn't rude, but I hope you didn't hear what I was saying. But usually it's, what are you trying to sell me? Please don't interrupt me when I'm busy. But he was very helpful. So I was quite impressed, but it did take 20 minutes of my time, which I really didn't need for him to take. But yeah, it was quite an enlightening conversation, I would say, where they're wanting to help. And I think they, I think they must be ringing around all the businesses to see how people are doing, because not everybody is as lucky as myself that has been working and busy all the time, if not busier. So I do feel that I am rather lucky. Hello Joy. Joy says hi to everyone. It's lovely and sunny in Shropshire. Oh, bye Gidget Marie. Lovely of you to drop in. You can always watch later. But yes, if you've got company, that'd be lovely. Hello Joe. You got a Jaguar overlocker Monday as your tutorial was. Oh, right. Oh, hope you're... Oh, it is, Kathy. I wonder, Joe. Oh, how lovely to see you. Oh, isn't it a shame that I don't see you now? It must be a few years since Joe used to come down near to where I live and come to the workshops and stay with her sister. And it was lovely. And you did as many workshops as you could on that weekend, didn't you? No, it wasn't a scam, because, yeah, he knew I didn't offer information until I was sure. So, yeah, nothing, he knew nothing. No, he was giving me advice about things and how to help my business, but no, it wasn't. And, yes. Oh, yeah, don't worry, Anne, don't worry. Hello, Kim. Lovely to see you. No, actually, Lindsay, Martin's the one that falls for things. Because all the time I was thinking, or I was saying, is this real? Is this real? But, you know, there was no information that was crucial to him finding out anything about, yeah, you can't be too careful, absolutely. Because he then said about some security questions, because obviously, you know, they need to identify me, but he said I would never ask you for PIN numbers or anything like that, and yeah, it was all totally kosher, fortunately. But I was thinking, and I did say that to him actually, and he said, I'm glad you're aware. So yeah, all good. I mean, whether I shall do some of the, yeah, you know, like they are. They really at the back of it. They have always got something to try and get you to have. But when it saves money on fees, etc., then you may as well. But I'll see. It's just another learning journey as well. So I'm happy with what I do at the minute, but we'll have to see. I haven't got more time to think about things like that at present. So anyhow, I'm sorry, I've got my cup of tea. I don't know if you can see my cup of tea. But yeah, so I'm rather, what am I? Tamara bagged and Nicole bags. I've been cutting those, they're all done, and the telescopic slider pouches, and what have I got to get on to next? Oh, I've got crackers to do next as well, and yeah, but I've got my, it will all be done. You know, when you get to that, when you start off a project and you think, how on earth am I going to get this all done? Well, now I'm at the point where I can see it happening, because as I say, I've got this weekend, so really good. And then 2 or 3 weeks, I shall be, well, I shan't be working on it, but my new shed, my storage facility, if you like, so that I can make my little shop come cutting room come, I'd always say, oh yes, I know Patricia, I just look around and I think, oh, for goodness sake, you know, I've got fabric everywhere, and I still keep getting more in. I placed an order yesterday, which obviously that won't come on Monday now because they haven't called me to pay, unless they are kindly giving me some credit after all these months of paying on the day. Lovely people in the group, lots of info about Roman blinds. Oh right, yes, I did. No, I did notice that little bit. I have to have a cup of tea and a break sometimes. And actually, Lindsay, I thought I could probably, because if I get my bits and pieces together, cabin in the garden, yes, Sally. But I'm not going to, at this point in time, it's just going to be, because it is large, it is just going to be storage to sort that out. But who knows, in time, I might convert it and add to it and, you know, put all sorts in there so that it needs to be workable, insulated, warm, electric and all of that if I were going to work out in there. But at the minute it's going to be storage, and not storage of fabric, storage of things that I can't get rid of because I don't want to. Will Martin be doing tea and cake? That would be nice. He hasn't got as far as doing any baking. Hello Elaine. Elaine says hi to everyone. Oh, missed that a bit late. Don't worry Elaine. Yay, it's the weekend. No, Martin hasn't tried any baking yet. He does what did I have? Last night I think it was bacon and potato layer bake or something or other. Very, very nice. The only thing was I choked a little bit. Not choked, I coughed because it was a bit peppery. He said, well, I'll let you into a little secret. But he said, I was grinding on the pepper mill over the top of it, and he said there was nothing come out, and he'd still got the lid on. So he said, I took the lid off and it all just fell in there. So I thought, right. So I looked a little bit further, and yes, there were all these black, you know how when a bit of pepper catches you? Well, it was like that twice. And I don't choke on food or cough or anything. And I said, oh, it is a bit spicy. Yes. So that's when he fessed up. Bless him. Oh, Elaine. Oh, Joe, seen your post about the overlocker. Yes. You will love it. The Jaguar overlocker is fantastic. Fantastic. So you enjoy. Oh, yes, the bacon hot pot. Yeah, I think it still is now. But he that is his lockdown learning, if you like, because apart from his music, he doesn't like. Well, he's not a DIY person. So to fill his time, he just poodles about. So when he decided he was going to cook something, I thought, yeah, okay. So that's why when I'm on the computer, I keep getting these pop-up recipes at the side, and I think, oh. But it's lovely. And he has at last, because I must admit, he must now do dinner, tea, whatever, every single night, which is lovely. I've only just thought that, but he does, because every now and again he has a little moan, and he said, do you fancy doing dinner tonight? And I'll say, well, I have been working all day, but yes, so it is rather nice. Yeah, so I should appreciate that, and I do. Right, shall I show you what we're going to do? I'll just have a last slurp. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to tell you, anything interesting or no. Oh, I did have one. You see, I forget, don't I? I did have another phone call, and that was from the lovely Sophie at Hachanda. I'll have to show Martin how to make fork. I know, I will have to show him how to make fork biscuits. Josie, I've made double the quantity every time because I've always thought, well, I can give some away, but I do end up doing that because I get 24 out of the double quantity, and if they're lying about, well, I just go to them and eat them. So I haven't got any on at the minute, and the grandchildren finished them off the other day, and the one that I look after all day, Charlie, he's not really a biscuit lad, but he loves my fork biscuits, so good. Joanna's husband retired before I did, so he got, yes. Well, yeah, you see, my husband's retired before me. Did I tell you I'm one of those waspy women? No, we won't go into that again, but yes. Probably, well, yeah, he's not state pension retired yet, but he's private pension retired. And, yeah, yes, you see, I could have retired if it were 2 years ago, and he wouldn't have been if he'd still been working, but hey-ho, as somebody, yes, I think I had an email, but as Trisha says, hey-ho, and I thought, do I say that a lot? Like I say, pop a pin in it. I tell you, one does learn something about themselves when I talk so much, and then other people like yourselves listening to me, you pick up on those things, and I don't realise. Oh, you were born in 1960, Joanna. And Sue is a waspy woman too. Oh, there's an appeal next Tuesday. Well, Sue, when I'm Prime Minister, because lots of you are voting for me for being PM, I'm going to immediately give all of us the pension, all backdated, plus a bit of interest because we deserve it. Because as we have just spent billions and billions, and I'm sure there'll be more billions that are spent in the months to come, what's another few extra billion? I really don't, in for a penny, in for a pound. So, I hope you're all still behind me with that. And then also, everybody, who was it, Sally said you were born in 1960. Well, everybody that is now on a 66 years or 67 will take it back to 60 that females should retire. Yeah, that would be really good. Oh, so you said that this morning. Is it catching? Pop a pin in it. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Oh, it's Patricia, that's right. Hey ho. No, I think it's funny. I never take offence with anything. Only 50. Oh, only 50 to go. Oh, that's lovely, Elaine. The thing is just that feeling, I think, because obviously I haven't got it yet, but that feeling of when I am actually, or I receive state pension, if it's still there. I shan't retire though. Julie's husband says I can retire at 60 and only 5 more years to go. Oh, enjoy being 50 though, Julie. I mean, I wish I was. I like to be head of MI5 in your government. I'd love to be head spy master. Yes, you'd be forcing them to your Elizabeth I. Yes, Lindsay, that will be great. Gwen, I've got your vote too. Definitely free TV licenses for over 75s. Yeah, most definitely. Oh, unbelievable that. And I think at the minute they're saying, is it over 85s only if you have pension credit? Oh, 3 and a bit years for you. Or vote for Trisha. Yes. We could start up a petition, couldn't we? What is it? Change.org. Yes. Oh, Sally, you'd be a traffic warden. Well, we need them again, don't we? Joanna, yeah. I'm quite good at being a spot. I'm sometimes a little bit sceptical of things, and I don't believe everything I see and hear. So, yeah, I'd like to be a spy. I'd like to be a fly on a wall sometimes, or lots of times. That'd be extremely interesting. Lots of different scenarios. But there would have been no shortage of gowns and masks with Trisha's. No, there wouldn't. No, there wouldn't. You're absolutely right. Oh, Jeanette retired 11 years ago. Oh, Jeanette, lucky you. Oh, Di's with me as well. Yes, common sense to the camera. That's what it needs. It needs a female person in there with common sense. Yep. Yep. Unless there's a job in my cabin. Yes. Yep. Everything would be sewing related and enjoying life so that we could do all the things we wanted to do and call it work. Yep. Julie's father-in-law's 89, is especially about paying for tea. Oh. No. At 89, and he's got to pay. You see, I think it's absolutely disgusting. At the minute, with some of the rubbish that's on the television, I don't think anybody should pay for a TV licence, actually. But I didn't say that. No, I mustn't be political or anything like that, should I? But don't think pensioners get a lot from the government. No, no. I mean, they have given a lot, you know, on this all on this furloughing. I don't know what would have happened if they didn't, but oh, I don't know. It's just such a weird time to be in, isn't it? Did I hear BJ this morning? I have no idea what he was talking. No, I didn't. What was he saying? I think Martin caught word of indoor entertainment was going to be the lock was being lifted, but he said August, but then I think he heard again at lunchtime October. So I think he was thinking music, which is he likes to go to gigs in London, but the problem is he's got to go on a train and wear a mask, a face mask. He's then got to go on the tube and wear a face mask. And to be honest, I don't want him bringing germs back to me either. But we shall see. He's cooking dinner tonight, so I said the other night, I can't think where. Oh, I think he doesn't go out much at all. But he had popped some. Oh, I know. He went to the pub, didn't he, for about an hour. Not on the first opening. It was on the Friday. And when he said he was going, I said, right, I'm not sitting next to you for the rest of the evening. Why? I said, well, I don't. And that was before the face mask thing, so I don't know. Lindsay doesn't like being political on here, but the BBC broadcasts all over the world, and it's only us in this country, yeah, that pay. Yeah, how does that work? Oh, there's lots of things where I think, how does that work? Yes. Oh, yes, the ice cream. I just heard it then. You were spot on there, Joanna. Because he just stopped as I read that, and I thought, yeah, ice cream man. I must admit, not just before this, about 3 o'clock, I thought, right, that's it. And I'd done what I wanted to get done to go to the sorting office, and then I thought, I need a cup of tea. I've got an hour and a half, but I've got to make this project. So I sat down, had a bit of ice cream, and had a quick look at Facebook, and that's why I was in a rush, because this is the prototype. So I think we'd better get started. BJ's aiming for significant normality by Christmas. Oh, that's right. What did they say? Something November. Yes, I did hear that mini bit, but I wasn't really listening intently. I mean, I quite liked it when they had the daily briefing and kept up to date with that. But now that it's stopped, I'm in no man's land. I don't know. So I'm choosing for myself. I'm not going in any supermarkets for some time yet. I need to get that real feeling. Now, if I lived in Scotland, fine. They haven't had anything for 5 days, have they? And I think I wish that could be said about in the, in England or in the vast majority of the country, because it's still worrying. But Scotland, you know, if there's no new cases, that is really, really good. So I wish I was there actually. Okay. So here we are. I'll give you a little peek. Whoops, let's do this away. Whoops. This is what we have. I've done it in calico, and I was a bit lazy and I used webbing. Well, it's not. Sometimes with the webbing that you all love. Yeah, Scotland's run by a woman. Exactly. Oh, right, Julie. Yeah, I don't know if it will happen and if you'll feel safe anyway. Yeah, I keep hearing more and more people that have had to cancel their wedding, you know, of late, and people that I actually know. There's a thing about how reporting deaths. Yeah. I know. Kettering was, and Northampton. Yeah, it was too local to us, wasn't it? Yeah. So this is actually very easy. Oh, Lindsay went to Sainsbury's the first time since March the 12th. Yeah, I was working out. I think it was the 8th, 15th. The 14th was the last time I went. Yeah. I don't think it's essential, is it? No. I'm quite happy staying at home. I put a little popper on there. So this opens up, and I haven't put, I put nothing in, no pockets or anything. But as I say, this is just the prototype. And I just wanted to make sure the measurements that I decided to work with actually worked. And they do. Oh, Christine, your daughter cancelled her wedding this month, now May next year. Oh, well, at least, yeah, it should be absolutely fine by then, shouldn't it? So, yeah. So, as I say, the webbing, the plastic holders that they come on have 15 metres. And would you believe, I don't know how many they've got a join, so they just tape it together with with tape. But it's never on the meter. Yes, Jill, I have canvas. I've got lots of canvas. This is calico, this one, and I've just put wadding in there as well. So I thought I will show you how to make it. Now, for those of you that love your zips, you could put an internal zip pocket, patch pockets. Oh no, says Patricia, I've got to go. Oh, never mind. Never mind. You can always watch later, Patricia. But I do expect by tomorrow evening for you to have done one, if not two of these. You like that, Josie? Shall I show you how easy it is? How easy. But as I say, you can add to. And I don't know if Bridget's finished work yet, but I can hear her saying, let's have some embroidery on there as well. Okay, so let me bring you down to the machine and see if I can bring this over and get a decent angle. I don't often, but oh, you love it, Lindsay. Oh, good. And who's that? Angie. Hello, Angie. Right, let's see. So if I put that. No, where could you see? Oh, I'll put it just there. I've got a bolt of white felt as well. Great for lunch. Yes, yeah, would be great for a lunch bag. I'm also thinking it might be a Christmas box. You know, like my festive gift box. I think it could be a box, a festive box as well. So we shall see. Let's just see. The light's very good here. Let's just put it up like. We'll see. So I have just got calico here. So I haven't had it because it was about 5 minutes before I went live. I haven't had a chance to write the measurements down or type them out like I have done in the past. Has Martin parked his car in the garden? How lazy. Yes. He has. It's not parked badly though. It's got the tractor behind it as well. Angie's machine set up like mine. Where I have the patio doors open? Yes. Yeah, so I've got a door this way near where the car is, a double door, and then I've got a single door the other side. So as it happens, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top windows, and there's only 2 of them open, but I just like the breeze coming all the way through. So I say, if you have a pen ready, or what could I do? I could perhaps put the measurements up in the on the So Totally Trisha page later. I shall be working a bit later, but I must have a sit down, mustn't I? So what you need, and you can think of all the variations you can do of this. I'm thinking the canvas that I have lots of different coloured canvases will look lovely. And as I go through, I'm doing it in this one way, but I'm actually thinking about putting wadding. So I have got wadding. Tractor, do you own a tractor? Oh yes, Sharon. Can you not see it? It's behind the little cosy coupe. It's only a toy one, I'm sorry. Oh, hello Sharon, don't worry about being late. We've just had a lovely natter, and now we are just going on to the little project, which is, see if I get it in there. Oops, I'll just bring it up a little bit. So it's this little bag here, which is like so. So as I say, can be lots of adaptations for it that I'm sure I'm going to see when I've showed you what we do. So what I have is, put that out of the way, we're going to have a lining and an outer piece. So I've just been lazy and used calico for the outer and the lining. So with my outer iPad, yes, you're back there. When I move the iPad, I think that's when it decides that it's going to say finish the video, and it freezes a bit. But anyhow, so 25 inches long, 7 inches wide, and you want 1 piece for your outer and 1 piece for your lining. There is my lining. Then you need, so I've got wadding on one side. I've used the H640 because it's iron-on, and I quite like that. But I'm thinking about doing another one that has the wadding attached to the lining as well, just to make it firmer. Or even the Decaville light that I used on the slider pouches, the telescopic, because it's softish. It's still got some body, but I just wanted it perhaps to be just a little bit more substantial. So then I have got 2 pieces which are 9 by 7, for the outside, and I've put wadding on those as well. And then I've got 2 pieces exactly the same, 9 by 7 for the lining. So that is basically what you need. Now if you want to make your own handles, I would use a 4-inch strip of whatever length you like. I mean, the handles I've done here, I think this would suit shorter handles as well. This in actual fact was a piece, as I say, that had got a join in it, and so it was just an odd bit, which I just cut in half then, because it was neither one length or the other. So that length is 14, but I think they could be shorter as well. So if you want to make your own handles, which I think would look quite nice with calico handles as well, with wadding in, but we've used a bit of the webbing instead. And so then the only other thing I have used is, I have just got a scrap that was, so this is going to be the little flap that comes over just to make it secure. And this is, well, it's 8.5 inches by 3. But, and I don't think you'd want it much wider than that, because that comes just between the 2 handles there. So that was just a lucky cutting as well. Yes, oh, did I freeze then, Kim? Sorry. So the outer pieces, you want a very long piece that is 25 by 7, 25 inches long by 7 inches wide, and you want 2 of those pieces, one for the lining and one for the outside. So then you want one piece of wadding, which I have fused to the outer piece. So there is my one, and there is my lining. That's double there. So that's long as well. 25 inches by 7. And then I have 2 lining pieces and 2 outer pieces, which are 9 inches long by 7 inches. And wadding on 2 of the pieces, which are going to be on the outside. And what I was saying was that I quite fancy trying putting wadding on the lining as well to make it thicker. So basically 7-inch width, 25 inches long, and then the side bits are 7 inches width and 9 inches long. And then this piece for the tab, which you could make shorter if you wanted, this is going to be doubled up and stitched like that. And this was 8.5 by 3. It was 3 inches wide, which I think when it's stitched it will come down to 2.5, but I thought that was just the right width to go in the centre of one of the front or the back to the front. Yeah. So first thing we're going to do now, it's a little bit like if anybody's made the Alicia bag that I did ages ago. It is very similar to that. It's just the measurements are totally different, and as you can see the bag looks totally different to the Alicia bag, which I haven't got an Alicia to show you, but it works quite nicely. So what we'll do first of all is take our long outer piece. So this is the piece with the wadding on the back, and what we'll do is take one of the side pieces, which has also got wadding on the back, and we are going to put them right sides together and line up. Let's see if I can show you there. Line up in the top, well, we'll go with the top right hand corner, and what will we do but pop a pin in it, and I'll pop a pin near the bottom as well. So I'm just lining it up with the top edge. So there, can you see? And you can see it doesn't extend the whole way down, so it's just at that very top edge. Lined it up with the top and pinned down to there. And all I'm going to do now is stitch. I'm using 1/4 inch seam width. I'm actually using about a 2.5 inch stitch length, so it's slightly longer than what I do for my patchwork, but it's a nice length. Put my teeth in properly. So I'm just going to stitch down this side, and I'm going to stop about 1/4 inch from the bottom, just so that I've got a little bit of leeway when I do the next part of it. So when I start, I am going to reverse, only because it just holds the fabric at the top, because we will, as usual, be turning it through. So we'll just run down here, and as I say, you can just give a bit of a guess of whether 1/4 inch away from that bottom is. It's not crucial. You don't want it to be an inch up there, but can you see there? So I've got that part done. Now what I'm going to do is pull up the other end of it, and I'm pulling up this end here. Whoops, let's just hold that. Let's move that back a little bit so you might be able to see a little bit better. Whoops. So we have the, oh dear, here it is, that's right. So I'm going to pull this other end up to here. Perhaps I'll hold it round this way. I've just stitched this bit here. So now I'm bringing right sides together at the top there. Angie, I'm using, oh, just clocking in. Hello, Glenys. Angie, I have a Janome M200 QDC. It does take everything I want it to take. So I'm going to bring that back down here because it's that's it. So I'm so useless with this camera. I'll show you again. So here is the top that I just stitched, and I'm bringing this long end up to it so that meets just there. And you can see that gap at the bottom. That is going to be our base. So at the top edge here, I will put a pin just to hold that nicely in place, and then just hold that to where it's fitting down here. So you can see there, I'm going to stitch down here. So this time I might actually, I'll start from the bottom where the gap is, and I'll start a quarter inch. You could start from the top, but it's just that the shorter piece is then right on the shorter piece is underneath. It's just easier to see. So I'm just lining those edges up, just make sure I am, and sewing my quarter inch seam. And when I get to the top, I will reverse there as well. So let me just show you there. So you can see this is the reverse, this is where the wadding is, but you can see what I've done. So I've stitched one of the short pieces here and one here, and I've got this gap at the bottom. And then on the other side you'll see, perhaps you can see it more easily there. So again with my other piece, so this is the long edge, this is the 9-inch edge that we are attaching. So if I put a pin, so what I'm going to do is line that up with the top as well, and I'll just put a pin there, and then the other side here is going to line up with the other side here, and we'll put a pin in there as well, so you can see how it's coming together. So that little gap there, if I show you that round there, it's an unusual way of putting a bag together, but it is really easy, and I quite enjoy them doing things like this, because it's just working out the measurements actually to get different shapes. I was thinking I might do one a little bit smaller as well, because I like dinky and cute. So I'm just going down this side, keeping those edges lined up again, and I'm sewing from, no, I did sew from the bottom, from the top to the bottom, because I can actually, because that short side bit, the length is, I can see it rather than it being, so I could see where the gap is here. If I can't really sew, I'd have to sew down that side, and I can't see it underneath. So if I line that up like there, I can start from the bottom and work up, and then I can actually see how far the side piece is. So I'm starting, as I say, at the bottom, but by all means start at the top. Neither way is wrong, but if you do start at the bottom, pin the top to make sure it does match evenly. Okay, so there is our little box, and the next thing we will do is, let's just put this down here, I'm going to flatten that down, but this, I like to put my fingers in each side and line that up, because there's a little bit of leeway, but just line that up so your side piece is central there, and then put some pins in it if you like, but I just tend to hold my fingers down on it because it fits pretty well. So I just hold it firmly, put my fingers there, just holding it down. It's a little bit difficult for you to see with these, that's it, with all the scrunching up. So there is one side, and then I'll do the same with this side. So again, I'll just put my fingers in here and just pull it out to the sides and line that up. So I have lined that up there, and I keep it taut so that I can just place it down onto the needle bed, and then I know it's all lined up. Whoops, that's just going over the bulky bit there, but then I can just pull the seam to make sure they're lined up evenly, and then just pull that across. But binding clips, pins, whatever you like that makes life easier for you. Okay, so now we'll turn it to the right side, and I do like to push my fingers into these points just in case, that's it, just in case we've missed one. So there we go. Okay, so there is our boxy, looks quite big there. So the next thing, I'll just set that to the side, because now we need to do exactly the same with our lining piece. except for one thing, in leaving a gap. So right sides together. So I've got my long piece, and then I'll just put the long edge, the 9-inch edge, actually fits right to the top. Okay, like that. And so I'm just going to stitch down this side edge, the 9-inch edge. Whoops, I think that wasn't lined up accurately. I could see that was slightly lower. So pin if you need to. So I'll just hold it and just stitch down here. And again, I leave that about 1/4 inch from the bottom, and just reverse there and cut. And then I'm going to bring up the other end, the long end, lift up this piece so that I can bring that to the top edge. So again, what I'm doing is creating that base bit, that hole here, but I'm going to stitch down this edge here. So this time I will start from the top. It's just a little bit easier when you've got no wadding there. But this is where, well, if you pin, your marker will show you where you're stopping, or otherwise I'm just lifting it up and I hold my finger just where the 1/4 inch is, and check it when I get there. Okay, it's nearly there. And cut. Okay, so again, we have our little box. Okay, so we need the other piece. There it is. So right sides together, I'm just going to bring that up to here, and it's going to come down to there. Now either this side, I've got to leave a gap, so I can either do it on this piece where I'll stitch down a couple of inches and then leave a big gap and then stitch the bottom 2 inches, or we can do it on the next one. So I'll do it on the next one. So as again, I'll say I will start near the bottom. You can start near the top. I did one and not the other. But as long as your top edge matches, lines up, you'll be fine. It's probably better to start from the top edge, but I do like to see the fabric behind it. Right, so having stitched that whole seam, this one is where I need to leave a gap. So, and this one I've got on the top here. So I'm going to stitch from the top, and as I said, I reverse, down a couple of inches, reverse and cut. And I'm just holding the rest of my fabric in place while I lift the presser foot, shift it down, and then I'll start again, reverse, and then come down to the bottom, 1/4 inch before the end, and trim. So I have got my big gap in there. And just the same as we did with the other one, and that is put my fingers in there, and then I'll just even that out because there's just a little bit of excess there, and then I'm going to stitch across that bottom edge. If you wanted to stitch across or leave a gap in the bottom edge, you could. It's just I prefer the side seam. I don't know, well, you've got a little bit more room in the side seam because it's 9 inches long. And then again with that other square, with the other hole, put your fingers in the gap there, a bit like a mouth, and then just flatten that down, and it fits pretty well. So straight across there as well. And the other side, reverse and cut. So there we have our lining. Not that much more to do. So this is going to be my little flap that comes over. So as I said, it's about 8 inches by 3. So it was just a scrap from what I was cutting. So I'm going to fold it in half. Now I must admit, when I did the other one, I just stitched, but I like to have a curve. So actually, I'll fold it that way so you can see better. So you can either go with a plate or, you know, something curved, probably a cotton reel, but it's just easier to just fold that in half, like so. Just line those edges up. Probably better before the wadding goes on, to be honest, because it's bulky. And then, so that you get a nice curve, I just cut like that. You can cut the fold off if you want. I have there now. Okay, so now I've got 2 pieces. Oh, put a little bit in the, there we are. So I've got 2 pieces where the curve is very similar. So now I'm going to put right sides together, and then I'll just stitch around that edge. Okay, so 1/4 inch, and I reverse when I start, yeah, and just take it slowly around the curve onto the next one, and I'm just sort of pulling it round and reverse at the top as well. Just have a look to see that that's okay. And then I do trim away, just so that I don't have to clip into these seams. I'll trim away some excess there so that it turns pretty nicely. Just trim that bit of wadding off, and then turn that to the right side. So if you wanted to have a magnetic clasp instead of the popper, that would also be quite good. In actual fact, I think it's probably better to have a magnetic clasp than, let's have a look, perhaps I will, yeah, I'm a bit late to doing that, but no, let me just, I've got some over here. I'll get a magnetic clasp for those of you that didn't see it the other day. So let's just see, 1, 2, so I know exactly where they are. Right, that's quite a big one. Right, for those that may not have seen when I did the bag hardware, magnetic clasp, innie, outie, and 2 washers. So what we'll do, it is easier to put it in before we have stitched it together, but it can be done. So what I'm going to do is put my washer centrally, and pen. So I've put my washer down there centrally, and I'm going to make a little mark where the slots are. Okay, so where that, I've just put a little mark in those slots, not the circle in the middle, and then very carefully, because you should do this before, there it is, when you've got 2 single pieces, that's when you should do it, not when it's joined together. So I'm just going to carefully put the seam ripper just through, not through that side, but just through this one side, and do a tiny little nick, and similarly here. So I know, I can feel I haven't gone through the other side. And then this one, it's going to go down like that. This one I like to have as the outie. So I'm just going to push that, I'll put my finger in here actually, so that I can push those prongs through the holes that I've made, which probably not long enough. So I just do a little bit longer. You don't want to have them too long because the legs themselves splay out anyway. So if you put your finger in there, I can feel that's gone through. You can see it hasn't come through to that side. And then I'm just going to push those legs out. Okay, I'll turn it so that you can see. So all I've done is, there we are. I just, oh no, you know what I want first, don't I? I want the washers. So just push the washer on there and then push the legs outwards. I prefer them to go out. They can go over each other, but then we'll push that back through. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is top stitch around this edge. So I should really press it, but I've pushed that right out to the edges, and I'm just going to top stitch. Usually I'm going to have that sitting up so I can see where it is. I'm just going to go very close to the edge. Usually I do a bigger stitch, but of late I've taken to using smaller stitches. Just, I don't know why, sometimes you like a difference, a change. Variety is the spice of life and all that. Okay, so pretty close to the edge, but just to give it a bit of an edging there. Okay, so we've got our magnetic clasp on. And then what I'll do, because it is best to put your magnetic clasp in now, so with this, let's take this tray out of the way, this extension table, so that we can put that back there. With this, that way, I'm going to, because I need to do this anyway, I'm going to pop the centrally on one of the, so it's not going on, this is a, oh there's a side, so that's the side piece where you've got that seam there, this is the main, so the one that goes all the way around, and you want your flap to go on that main piece. So it needs to be central. So what I would do is fold the bag in half, and we'll put a pin where that center point is. And then also I'm going to fold, this needs to go that way because it's going to then fold over to be the right way round. So I'm going to find the center point here, which I'm just putting a little crease, and I'm going to put that against my pin, and I'll put a couple of pins in there because I want that to stay straight. And then, okay, so that is there. Then what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to bring that together because this will tell me, oh, I need the pins in the other way. So I'll pin them at about 1/4 inch because obviously I can't flip this to the front because I've got the pins in vertically, which is what I usually do. But if you, so I've now pinned them like that so that I can go like that. So I'll just line up those side seams, and I'm just going to flip that over so I know that is going to roughly be in the right place. So then I'll just flip this up, see where that is going to land. I'll look for myself. There we are. So I can see, I put where that outie is and put a pin there. And that is where I want to put my other piece. So I will, saying that, I will measure. Have I got something to hand? I have got one of these little rulers left. Let me just measure three, that isn't it? Three. Yeah, that is spot on in the centre. 3 and a little bit. Oops, pull that out. So again, I'm going to put the washer on here. So where that pin is, you could put a mark if you wanted to. And then again, I'm just going to make a little mark where those rectangles are. And then again, we use the seam ripper and poke it in, little cut, poke it in, little cut, big part, the innie, push that through to the back, washer on, and we've got wadding on here, so that's giving it some strength and also securing that. So there we have our magnetic clasp ready for that to go like that. So that's a good bit already done. The next thing we need to do is to pop handles. What am I going to use for handles? Let me see. Let's see what this is here. I'll do a, yeah, we'll do a bit of this. I will cut this. So I've got a little bit more wadding here, which that was the beginning. Let me just see, bear with 1 minute. Is my not being organised? That's one. That's not quite two. So, throw that there. And this time, just for a change, I'll do them a little bit shorter, just to see what a difference it makes. So I had 18. I'll just randomly do, let's do a 10. So I'll do a 10-inch. Okay, so these are just little stubby handles. So I'm cutting 2. So again, these are going to go on the front and the back. So I'm going to put these halfway between that seam and our little flap, which is there. And again, with handles, I really always like to put, because I believe you me, if I don't put a pin at each side there, the handle slips when I'm stitching, and then I have to unpick to put it back in properly. And the other thing I do when I pull it down, just keep holding it so that I can then tuck that up to the other side and know that it's not twisted. So again, I'm going to put a pin at that side of the handle and that side. If you like unpicking or you like to take a risk, do, but I tell you that it really does happen. Now to do the other side, rather than measuring, I line up, I think we talked about this the other day, I line up those side seams like that, and then, perhaps I'll do it from the back here, so I've lined up those seams here, so I can see where, I want that down, that's it, no, I want that down. I can see where these handles are here, so I'm just going to line them up at the other side. So you can measure if you want to, but I just find it so much easier just to line it up with the other side. So pin and pin, and similarly just make sure that is, and then here if I just line that side seam there, and then again just take that up to where the one is this side, and I can see that is there. So just pull that to the top, and I'll put some pins in there as well. Oops, dropped that one. And a pin there, and a pin there. Okay, so now I've got my 2 handles in place. Now with my lining piece, I have my lining. So we're going to scrunch the outer a little bit and tuck it into, and I do watch to see where my the main part is. So this is the solid piece all the way around, and put that into where the solid piece all the way around is here as well, just so that it's roughly the right way round. And then you're going to line up, just make sure that is right, yeah, line up the side seams. So there is a side seam, so I'll just, you can have one seam going one way and one going the other. Let's just pull the thread out there, and then just move it around. You can tuck your hand in just to push it down a little bit, and then line up the next side seam. These are the only seams just the side seams. I don't actually put pins in any further around, because it just fits really nicely, as long as you keep a consistent seam width. So you could, if you wanted to, use the width of your foot, don't worry about the 1/4 inch. And as I say, as long as you're consistent, you'll be fine. So another pin just there, and remember we've got the hole in the side seam, so we'll be able to turn it through. So I'm just going to stitch now around the top here, so I won't have the extension table on anyway. So take the free arm or take the accessory tray off, and then just stitch the whole way around the top here. So I take that pin just before I get to it, and then I'm coming onto the webbing there. And I tell you, having 2 pins where your handles are, it really does make a difference, because it's just holding it totally in place. So there was a pin hiding there, and then we're coming up to the side, and when you come back to one of these side pieces, it just fits. So it's just a case of just pulling it taut or just to the other side and then take the pin out and you'll have handles again now. So just take that, another pin that has gone side. Oh, I see, yeah. Ugh. These are where my pins I had sideways. So this is where my little flap on my security bit are. So I should have changed those. They're still horizontal, but I'll just change those round to vertical. So I do like them to go perpendicular, so across the seam, because then it's just easier to pull them out and you don't miss them either. Okay, so now I'm just about to come over where the flap is. So, and I mean the machine, I don't think you'll find this too thick for your machine. It's there's a couple of layers of wadding, then plus the one in the bag itself, but it's fine. And the webbing, it just goes straight over the webbing as well. So I'm just pulling the pin out just before I get to it, and then just carry on to where we started and stitch over the first few stitches. Okay, so there it is. And let's look for our hole. Let's look for our hole. I did leave that is. Right, so I'm putting my hand in the hole and just pulling the bag through. Like so. And you see the bigger the hole, the easier it is for it to pull through. So just pull that out, just make sure all those seams are stitched. So again, put your fingers into those corners where the side panels went in. That's it, that's fine. And then here where the gap is, I'll just put my finger, or just pinch the seam so that the seam is on the edge, and then give it a bit of a pull, and then just tuck those edges in, and again run your fingers just along the top there, and they now line up beautifully. So I'm just going to stitch along there just to close that gap. So I'm going quite close to the edge, just making sure it lines up the whole way as I stitch. And again, you can put pins there, binding clips, but it is just as easy to line it up as you go, and then just check. Okay, and then give it a tug, because you want to make sure that that gap is closed. Tuck it in, trim those threads off, which I didn't do, but I will. So this is where, so I'm just poking my fingers into those corners to push the lining down. Now, when I made the prototype, I top stitched last, but I think it's a good idea to top stitch now. I wasn't going to top stitch at all, and then I thought, do you know what, I think it needs top stitching. So I'm just pushing that down. I would go to the ironing board and press this, but I'm just pushing the seam to the edge, and I'm just going to stitch very close to the edge. So I'm just pulling the or pushing the lining into the bag, so that that top edge has just got a very narrow lot of top stitching. Sometimes I do a 1/4 inch lower, but on this occasion I'm just going to a bit thicker over the seams, but I'm just pushing that lining under so that I'm getting a top stitch which is very close to the edge. And it's how you're thinking, well, how do you get that almost triangular shape? But as I say, when I made the original one, I did this top stitching last, and I thought it's much easier actually to do it at this point. So if you forgot about doing it, or decided that you did want to after you didn't, you can still get it done, because the little bit of stitching that gives us this triangular effect, it doesn't get in the way. Because you're probably thinking, how is that stitching going to get in place? But I'm stitching close and nearly all the way around. Oh, look, you see, look, you see, there's part of my, I'm going to have to tuck that in because I don't, part of my strap, even though I put those 2 pins in, has come out. So, and that is, there's some things that I can live with and other things I just can't. So the seam rip is going to have to go in there very carefully to pull that open, to tuck that in a little bit more. Oh, you see it's right on the edge. Right. It was, I obviously hadn't, what I'm going to do is just tuck that right, when I say right down, I should have had a little bit hanging out of the top so that it really was, that's it. So, or I pulled it when I was doing it. So I'm going to put a pin in there just while I go. So I'm going to save it as just the top stitching, just to make sure that is attached in there. Okay, so I'll take the pin out now, and I should really have taken it a lot further along, but time is of the essence. So I think we are, that's it. And then just go over the first 2 or 3 stitches that we, oh that's better, that is in, jolly good. Right, so we'll clip that little bit of thread there. Right, now, so this is how we make, the bag have that shape. So at these side pieces here, what we're going to do is fold that top and fold down that seam, and just make sure the lining is in there as well. So I'm pushing the lining in from the other side and seam on the outside. I am going to put a pin there just so that I know. And we're going to stitch through those legs. So I'm not stitching right at the top. Let's go here. I'm not stitching, I'm going to start probably a 1/4 inch or so down, so underneath this thick bit, and I'm going to go roughly where that pin is, a 1/4 inch in, and I'm going to stitch down about 1 inch, and I will just reverse up and down, and I'm going to do that on each corner. So on each of these seams, go from the inside, just tuck the lining, because you're catching the lining in there as well. So we'll just put a pin in there, make sure that top lines up, and similarly on this one, I'm pushing my finger behind the back so the lining is in there, and again put a pin there, and the last one here, which is why you want your straps you know, far, you don't want it right on the seam, because we've got this stitching to do here. So again, I will just put a pin in there. So it isn't that thick. I mean, I know the wadding I've used is H640, but you are going through a couple of layers. I do lift. So the other thing you might find is that you think it won't go under the machine, but if you lift the presser foot lever here, push it a little bit harder, and it raises the presser foot a little bit higher. So I'm reversing, and I reverse again. So there's my first bit there. Oh no, you're looking at that one there, and then we'll do the same here, but I'm going from the top to the bottom. So I'll just take the pin out now, you could leave the pin in, and starting, as I say, about a 1/4 inch or so below that top seam, because it would be far too thick there. So down, and you want about an inch to 1.5 inches just to hold that. We've done that one, so just do this one now. Make sure that seam is right on the edge. Lift that up, press it down, reverse. You could mark the line there where you're stitching to. I'm just guessing. I'm perhaps thinking of the number of stitches that it's doing, but I'm just pushing that down, and then, as I say, starting from the same position, just below the top. Right, so now we've got a bit more shape. Now the last thing I want to do as well is on these side panels, I'm going to push those in, because that's what also gave the shape. So what I'm going to do is fold that so that the sides, so these were the sides that gave us the shape, and you don't have to, but you see where that folds in here. I like to give it a stitch up there. So having folded it to that point, I'm just going to put a pin there to hold that, because I tried it out, and then similarly on the other side, fold that down, and you can see this bit here. So put a pin in here, just put that down, and again about 1/4 of an inch in. But I was just looking, you see how that is. I just think it folds in better. So I'm just folding the little tab. Whoops, come on, where's my magnetic clasp? So I actually think it looked nice with a bit of a decoration on there. But I just feel that it gives it better shape to have those bits in here. So all I'll do is just pull that out, make sure those two edges are lined up across here, and I'll just pop this under the machine. And as I say, I will start right on that top edge on this occasion, because it's not as thick as the other side. So I've just stitched down there. I will trim those off, and then I've used the width of my foot to go in. So again, just pull that out, make sure that top bit here is lined up, and pop it under the machine, width of the foot in, and probably about 1 inch as well. And there we are. Oh, you love it. Good. I'm glad you do, Jan. So again, I would have to trim all those threads off there, but magnetic clasp on this one. There we are. And pull that down. Just oh, that tuck that bit in there, but it just gives it a nice shape. And shorter handles. Let's bring that up a bit now. Yeah, so shorter handles there on that one, which are not bad, and that one. So I like the popper on there. What do you think about a contrast fabric? Yeah, for the sides. Yeah, absolutely. Contrast fabric at the side and the flap, lovely, because they're a bit bland. But as I say, it was or it is a prototype. So I want to watch this space, so I'm going to be making these. Yeah, they're quite, yeah, I think they look lovely in faux leather, to be honest. Do you think so? There, making it tonight. Oh, well done, Anne. Oops, what's that come up there? You're making it tonight. Yeah, I think you should. But nice and easy, really, aren't they? Also put it on there. That's the flap one. There we go, yeah. Oh no, it's out of the way. Ugh. Tell you what, I'm just useless. Just useless, that's right. So, looks nice and straightforward. Yes, it is. Definitely have a go. So, prefer longer handle version, yep. And whichever you, I think when I make the same thing over and over again, I sometimes think, oh, let's change something, let's do something. But also I think, because it's got a fair bit of body, it's not bad, but it's a soft. Yeah, Christmas bags, Christmas gift bags. I think, yeah. Oh, you could stamp and paint on the fabric if you make it out of calico. Indeed, yes. Actually, I've got another idea. I had, while I was eating my ice cream and sitting outside, a YouTube thing came up, and I thought, oh, I'll just watch this while I'm eating my ice cream. And with scraps again. So don't throw any of your scraps away. You know the bits you trim off the edges, not particularly the selvage edge, but you might just have a sliver down the edge that you just keep them. I'll show you. Have I got, no, I've got something else. Yeah, I will write, oh good, I'm glad you like them, Joy. Is that your new shed outside? No, where? I wish it was. No. That is, oh, what, the Little Tyke's house. Yeah. Oh, you like the long handles too. Yep. We'll defo give it a go. Christmas fabric. Yes. So, the So Totally Trisha page is open for you all. No, sorry, So Trisha Sews. So Trisha Sews. Go on there and let's see what you can show me you're doing. It is Friday night, so you might not be, yeah. Okay, no, you might be going out, or you might be, I don't know. But see what you can all do and pop it on the page so we can all have a look at the different things. You even make me think that I can do it. Good, Kim, you can. You can. Yeah, you absolutely can. It's only a few simple bits and it will work. It will work. Oh, you're welcome, Eliza Jane. So it's coming up 6 o'clock. I've rabbited on, and but I've thoroughly enjoyed making this. I mean, this is my thing. I didn't sew yesterday because I didn't come and do the Trisha time. But I have today, and I've doubled what I did, haven't I? So I shall now, I will put a post up for the next few days because I have got some ideas. Would inform work for wadding. Well, oh, in our form, yep, it would. Oh, Joanna's still making masks, but Sharon's definitely giving it a go. Thank you, Lindsay. Thanks, Patricia. Just order the magnetic clasps. Yep, there you are. They'll work as well. But I think the one with the magnetic clasp, I think it needs a decoration. How about one of those little flowers that we made by hand or something? Anyhow, lovely to see you all. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow with, thank you, Laura, Iris, I mean Laura. What did I say Laura for? No, thank you for joining me, and I shall see you tomorrow at 4:30. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye.